Here is the 5th video of the IELTS Writing Task 1 for the IELTS Writing Test. Okay, here's script number 9. Bar chart showing types of transport used within New Zealand by overseas visitors in 2000. Let's look at the word count. 251 words. That is just too long. So not a realistic example. Let's see. We have Australia, UK, Germany, Japan, Korea. Okay, so these are the origin of the visitors, how they travel, domestic, coach, rental, private car ferry. So if I just look at this, I see white, 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 and then here the white's very low, black's very high, coach tours quite high. So yeah, maybe Japanese and Korean people had the same preference, whereas generally people from Australia, UK, and Germany generally seem to have the same preference. Okay, let's look at the overview. The graph provides an overview of domestic transport used in 2000 within New Zealand by visitors from 5 overseas countries. Okay, great. Very well done. There's no analysis. They just tell us what the graph shows. I don't know why the stated by 78% Koreans is used, because this chart doesn't tell us it's the percentage of people who stated that they use this particular transportation. It just says types of transportation used, not what percentage is stated by people. So I think this is not accurate. Seem to be less font. This is not the kind of language you want to be using. This doesn't show their fondness. This just shows how often it's used. Just because you use a particular method of transportation doesn't mean you're fond of it. Least preferred way. Okay. Well, there's data, percentages to back up the statements, so that's good. But here we have this stated again. I don't think this is accurate. Nowhere does it say anybody stated anything. Okay, rental cars, stated again. Making it the most popular means of transport. Well, popular, okay. Least preferred. Chosen by less by. Same pattern repeated. Favorites. Okay, so there are some minor slips here. I would say was stated. That should not be there. This should not be in any kind of academic writing. It was evident from the graph that major differences might exist. Might exist? Okay, so we're not generalizing. Say might exist. Okay, so this analysis at the end is relevant. So if we look at task achievement, possibly an 8. It's well written, even though there are some minor inappropriacies. Let's talk about coherence and cohesion. Apparently, okay, we see some standard words here, some referencing, accounting for. Oh, that's good. The same pattern. Oh, that's good. So some referencing to the pattern here. That's good. Contrast, another major difference. Okay, so continuing this contrast. It was least preferred. See this sentence, it was least preferred by Japanese and Koreans, chosen by less than 10% of visitors only. It just flows into these two clauses just flow into each other very nicely. Similar pattern repeated. Seems to be an article missing there, but okay. Where significantly more visitors favor them. Okay. So for coherence and cohesion, I think aspects, all aspects of cohesion. Well, yeah, 8. Good. Let's move on to look at vocabulary. The most preferred method. Okay. Least preferred method. Least preferred way. So here we have method, here we have way. Accounting for. Okay, nothing special here. No major difference was shown. Okay. Making it. Favored. Okay, so for vocabulary, not that high. See some flexibility and precision, but I wouldn't say that too many uncommon lexical items are used. So for vocabulary, probably 7. Let's move on to look at the grammar. Was the most preferred method, so we have this is a specific date, so we're going to be using the past tense. As it is the line. Oh, why is this is? It should be was, because we're talking about the past here. The same pattern occurred because here the past tense is used. Past tense. Or so. I don't think we should be using phrases like or so, although that's more of a lexical problem. Was shown in rental cars. Was shown in rental cars. Okay, so we have some passive structures. Had used. Okay, good. So here we have another structure. Now see, here they used the present tense because we're talking about what the chart actually shows now. But in terms of data here, we should be talking about what happened in 2000, so this should be the past tense. Just like here, it was, not it is. Chosen by, another passive structure. Okay, and then here, where the analysis comes in, we see the present tense. So there's a good mix of structures. So for grammar, we saw a good variety, so probably a 7 for grammar. Okay, here's script 10, a map. Let's look at the word count. Word count comes in at 189 words. Fairly reasonable for task 1. The map below is the town of Charleston. A new supermarket is planned. It shows 2 possibilities for the supermarket. So we have S1, S2. Okay, let's look at the overview. The map is used to show. The map shows, I think. Two possibilities about where a new supermarket will be built. Okay, I wouldn't have phrased it exactly like this. I would have said the map shows two possible locations for a new supermarket in the town of Charleston. I don't think the style used here is as good. Okay, in the first case, now, case, there's no case. Case refers to something that happened in the past that you are describing. The first possibility, not the first case. See, here they say the second possible site. Site would be okay, but not case. So there's a bit of a problem with the words used to describe the main features. It's planned to set up in the north of the town. Okay, the site is close to Hendon. Oh, here we go. Close to Hendon. Okay. With the population of 10,000. And people can have access to the place from Branston. Where's that here? Is this person talking about S1? I would have thought this would be S2. And Cranston. There is a railway passing by the site. The railway. But the railway seems to pass both sides. Not just the first one. In contrast, the second possible site is in the town center. Okay. Which, however, there's no traffic zone, so they cannot park their own vehicles in the supermarket. Well, this is kind of repeating the same idea. However, the railway across the whole town might bring some customers in this way. Okay. Okay. I'm kind of tempted to say 5. But no, the comparison wasn't done mechanically, so that wouldn't be fair. I would say it's a weak 6. Addresses the requirements of the task, yeah, but not very well. But it doesn't justify a 5. So task achievement 6. Let's look at coherence and cohesion. Okay, so here we have some referencing this site. There's plenty of okay. Let's see here. And the people, I guess here this person is talking about advantages, but it's not clearly stated that these are advantages. That's a problem. Because in addition to these, what does the these refer to? In addition to these advantages? It's not very clear. Okay. It seems that the people living there... Okay, so what's the point? Are these advantages? What is going on in this sentence? It seems that the people living in Hendon, Branston, and Carson can arrive at the town center, which, however, there is no traffic zone. So is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing? Because here we see the word however. The railway across the whole town might bring some customers. So this seems to be a positive. So because of a however, I would think these are negatives. So are all these negatives? It's kind of hard to follow. So the writer... The writer manages to organize his or her thoughts, but it's not very clear to me. So, especially as far as coherence goes, I would Let's say 5. Let's look at the vocabulary used. The supermarket's plan to set up. Plan to set up is planned for or is going to be set up in the northwest of the town. In the northwest part of the town or northwest of the town, but not in the. So there's a problem here as well, especially with this in the. The site is very close to Hindon with the population. Why is there a the with a population of 10,000? And the people, which people? There should be no the. People can have an access. No, there should be no article here. To the place. Ooh, why did you use the phrase the place? We should be more specific with our vocabulary. Here we have the population again, with a population of 50,000. A population. There is a railway passing by the site. I don't know why it's not passes. It's noticeable that there is a railway which passes the site, which means that more shopping people, I don't know what shopping people are, consumers, customers, will be most likely to arrive there. Will most likely arrive there. See, this whole phrase. So customers can have easier access or convenient access to the supermarket. Not this phrase here. I think they're talking about access. In contrast, the second possible site is to be located in the town center. It seems that the people living in Hindon, Branston, and Carston can arrive at the town center. Okay, this phrase here, which, however, there is no traffic zone. Where, however, there is no traffic zone. So we're talking about a place. So this is not the right relative pronoun to be used here. In other words, they cannot park their vehicles near the supermarket. This seems a bit redundant, this sentence. The railway crossed the whole town. I don't know why this is past tense now. The railway crosses the whole town. I don't know if it crosses the whole town. It just crosses the town, not the whole town. It just crosses the town. The railway across the whole town might bring some customers as well. Okay, so I think what the writer is trying to say is, however, the fact that the railway crosses the whole town, however, the fact that the railway crosses the town might allow for easy access, convenient access. Overall, site 1 looks more advantageous for the people who are living in the 3 different zones. I don't know what the zones refers to. These zones? Housing industry. But do people live in industrial zones? I don't know. I don't think so. 5. Just too many errors. And if we go on to look at grammar, okay, so this sentence is joined by and. In addition to these, it's noticeable that there is, okay, which means, in contrast, is to be located. This looks good, but it's faulty. It seems that the people living in Hindu can arrive at the town center, which, however, there's this problem here with this compound sentence. Over the railway across the town. Okay, so there's one sentence where we have this relative pronoun that was used. Here we have a sentence joined by and. This one has a faulty relative pronoun that was used. So for grammar, also, it's got to be a 5, because there was an attempt at complex sentences, but they were just not accurate enough.